Thank you for coming. This is the final show of Remote RFMP for 2022. You're about to watch a show that is totally student-led, from everything that you see behind me to what the students are going to perform. It's all driven by them, just sort of shaped by us a bit. I'm really, really proud of all of them for what they've worked towards this year, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So sit back and enjoy Remote.
She shouts, "My name is Adler, and I won't be a part of this world. Not this world, not anymore."
I'm not going to fix people not caring. I know you can get people to notice all the stuff that needs fixing, because it's everywhere, the stuff that needs fixing.
I've never been afraid, okay? Even with everything that's happened, I have never been afraid.
I know, Blister, that's why you're my friend, and that's why that lot respect you.
Remote is about empowerment, and it's about the struggles that lots of teenagers face because they see the world around them that's failing and they feel useless at doing it, which is the point of view that Antler has. And so it's just the way in which the story brings around so many perspectives. It's the changing of Blister, it's the feelings of Antler, it's the way in which you see the world through a teenager's eyes, which I think, especially in this era, is very special because lots of people think that teenagers only look on their phones, which this show shows that it's not, that actually people do care.
And I've got better things to do with my time, better things to fight for. We all do.
I think the play is about trying to come to your senses and that you can't change what you want to change. So there'll always be bad things. However, you kind of have to sit there and have a positive mindset on it because you can't always do something about all the bad things.
I think the director chose Remote because he felt that it would really suit the cast. It covered really important issues, current affairs that seem to mean a lot to the people involved in the company.
Okay, so falling like snowflakes, can you go from there?
The rehearsals went really well. A lot of ownership gets passed over to the cast and crew. People take on the different job roles within the company and work quite independently. It's very much led creatively by the team that surround the project, whether that be the actors. We have obviously people in director roles, but also creative areas for the design and things. All of those people have to collaborate in order to make a product that works well together.
The rehearsals at the start were really slow. I think it was all about the performers getting used to the whole new rehearsal process of it being really professional. However, coming closer to the actual show, rehearsals got more intense, and I felt people enjoyed it more when it was more practical, busy, but yet everyone remained professional, and I thought that was really great, and I enjoyed it.
There were a few struggles when it came to like not knowing your lines or something like that. But other than that, the movement directors did a great job at making sure that everyone was doing their movements well, and we were doing fight choreography, and no, genuinely they went well.
You really want to rethink that.
You're probably going to want to rethink it. Why? What are you going to do?
The rehearsals were a huge challenge, I think, for everyone. There was a lot going on at the time, exams as well as other commitments outside of college. And overall, I think trying to build a show that not many people have heard of, and there isn't much on it as well to do extensive research on. So the rehearsal process was difficult to that degree.
So once we knew about the show, what we did was we went through the script, looked at the different locations, as well as then talking to Rob and Kieran about where the show was going to be. Once we decided it was going to be in the theatre, what we then had to do was look at the different possibilities we had, what went well with them, what wouldn't work so well, and then we had to measure everything, come up with a realistic design and if we had all the budget in the world, design, and then we went about submitting those to Rob and Kieran for the final approvals, and then we went about sourcing all the materials and paints needed.
I really enjoy the new set that we got given. It gives us a lot more room to interact with the audience, as the old set was very limited because it was just straight down the middle, hard to move around. This one opens it up. We get to get closer to the audience. I overall think that it's a lot more free.
I thought the set was really minimalistic, but also really creative at the same time. The set team did a really good job of emphasizing the tree, however creating more of a different look than it just being a plain tree. They did this by adding a brick wall design behind the tree, which I thought was really cool.
And I hate school. I hate it. I don't care about some revolution that happened 80 years ago. And there is no way I'm getting into uni with my grades.
I mean, it's been a tough ride. It's been up and down, a lot of stresses. Obviously, doing this type of show, it can be difficult just because you're trying to tell a story whilst conveying this really powerful message.
I think keeping consistency throughout 3 shows was quite challenging. It's about trying to make sure that you do the same amount of energy on the first show from the last one that you did, and I think that was the most challenging part, was keeping consistency throughout and energy levels.
Well, better go find some then!
I think the most important part of putting this play on, one of the reasons why we chose this play was the important message that it carries. When we did our first read-through, the cast and crew all felt that the issues that are raised in the play really mattered to them.
Well, it's important to me. That means it is important.
Why care so much?
In terms of what remote has had impact on our course maybe is interesting. I think that as a result of this FMP, the group feels like it's closer. They're a super conscious group anyway, so aware of lots of complex needs and complex issues that they do feel like they've developed as a company.
Come on, come see this.
Just like that.
One by one, they start climbing the tree.
Helping each other.
For me, I'd like to think the audience went away knowing what apathy was and would be more careful about what they were to care about. However, I think they came away from the show based on the people I spoke to after the show. They came away thinking more of the other characters than they did Antler. So they were focusing more on the relationships between the characters and how Antler had these people that cared about her but she didn't see it, more than the fact Antler went up the tree in the first place because she didn't care about what other people weren't caring about.
I want the audience to go away feeling like they've learned something, like there is a message that they've received, a moral story if you will. I feel like that is what the show is about, so being able to bring that in and let the audience realise a message, maybe that's about the protest, which is a key theme, or the empowerment or the coming of age, or the love story which is intertwined in it. Each audience individual will take away something differently, and I think that's really special. And if everyone can take away something from the show, that would make me really happy.
She promised herself she'd look up more so she wouldn't miss it.
After all, perspective is everything.
great filming, Adam, and great project guys.